Okay, let's start. So pagination is actually a NuGet package. If you want to add, it's from your NuGet package. If you want to add like pages number on your display, so you need to go to your NuGet package by right-clicking your project name and then manage NuGet packages. So these NuGet packages are libraries or tools that are packed into a package and added into your application. So in this case, these are all the packages that are installed within your application. And if you go to your repos, okay, if you go to your repos folder where you can locate your file, say Activity Friday, right? If you noticed, there is one folder there, packages, and all of these packages needed for your program to run or to work, or necessary components that are used within your program, is actually added into your project folder inside the repos. Inside the repos, look for your file, and then within that folder file, you can see your packages folder there. So in that packages folder, these are all installed libraries or components that are needed within your program. So you see how many it is. So these are all necessary to run your application. Okay, so if we add a package which was not installed, you have to go to the browse, and then just let's say we want to do a page listing, right? Again, we wanted to do a page list. So the very core thing that we have to do is just type page list here, or pagination. You see, you have page list, or if you could find it right away, you can also type pagination here. Then you can see another package that are used to add pages, but for this example, we will use a page list. You know what I meant? On top of your package, you have like a page list.mvc. So you have to add page list. So this one, and then after that, just click install. Okay, so once it is installed, just gonna show this one again and click OK. So if the package is installed correctly, then there should be no error here on the lower part of your output. So once it is installed, if you go back to your Solution Explorer, from your references, you could see a page list there. From references is whatever is inside this references here, you can call it from your coding from the controller on top. So if you notice on the references here, you can see the page list. Okay? Can you see it? There are two things here, page list and then page list MVC.
No, I don't see because I didn't.
You didn't install.
I didn't install because internet is slow today. So
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, later on.
Yeah.
So later on, there's no internet actually. You have to connect to room F. So you have to connect to another Wi-Fi connection. I don't know that.
I use room D now.
Room D. Okay, room D is far, so that's why it's slower. Okay, so once it is installed, it will be part of your references. And then from here, we will just edit a portion of our coding to add the page list. So to do that, we go to our books controller again. In your case, it's supposed to be your album. Okay, from here, you have to add one package here using system dot page, no, why page list, web dot page list, unaccessible, not using page. Okay, using page list. Or you can add the other one, which is that page list dot MVC, because there are two things there, right? This is your library, which you could find it from your references. Okay, so if you want to add the page list, then the second thing to do is to edit your index page. Again, on your index page, where is it? Here. It's on the lower part, right? So here. So we will use the index page, or if you want to add a page list on your search, you also have to add it there. So it's a double coding.
Why do we use search for page number?
I mean, if what if there are a lot of hits, right? A lot of items based on what you search.
Yeah, but
Because sometimes you search via keyword, right? Like Adidas, there could be a lot of Adidas. You know what I meant? So you may want to have a pagination on the search, but it's not a required one. It's not required.
oh, I thought once we add pagination, it will appear on every page.
It will appear on every page just of that particular action. Once the action is rendered, if the action is now rendered, then the pagination will not exist there.
So, for example, for that book, we can have pagination, right? And have like 3 book in a page, but for authors, we don't have pagination, and we will have like really long for scrolling.
Um, how could I say? Because the pagination is dependent on your action. It is coded inside the action. So when the view of that action is called, then that's the only time the pagination is executed. If not called, then that page doesn't have. So at some point, at some time, it's like a redundant process, but we don't have a choice. That's why you want to make sure that that page is used mostly for display. So if your index is mostly for display, then it could be used by both your search box, your some sort of like that. I mean, you could have one action only for everything. Can? So in that case, we need to pass a page, because when you click that page, it will go to the next page, right? So you need to pass that page number. Like in Google, when you click that second number, right, in the search box, so you need to fetch that page number. Okay, so from there, the next step you are going to do is at the lower part of your, before you actually have the view page, the return view here, basically to add that one is you have to declare the page size first. How many number of items you want to display in a page? Let's say I will just give two, just an example. Okay, then after that, you have to have like your page one of what, like you have this pagination number, right? This, okay, how can I say, I'll show it to you how it looks like actually, just to see an idea. By the way, this is pure MVC. So this one, page one of 19. So this second statement here that we are going to do is to write that. Okay, so basically you have your page number here. I'll just use the exact and then page question mark of one. Okay, a page, actually this one is a page here. What did I name it here? It's a in page. Mhm. Now let me check first why it didn't fetch this one. Okay. Yeah, got it. Okay, because this is a unique key, like this one, it's a unique page also. I mean to say it's like fetching from an existing reference or an existing data. Like for example this ID which is coming from your database. So in the lower part is I'm using the question mark here to separate, I mean to say a separator between my variable name and then that of the value that I am going to display here, like this one, page 1 of 19. But of course, you notice here that I just use one, means say one page.
Yeah, but we could not use that, right? Like
Mm,
integer page number equal to page, and page is already a
uh,
parameter.
that is true also. You're right also on that sense. But I'm just having this one because basically that is the syntax that is given. So in the explanation here is that this question mark basically yields the existing index, I mean the existing index page, I mean to say the page number, which is coming from your references. And then the other one, again, the other one is just used as a separator. A separator between your variable and then that one thing that you are fetching from your index page. Index pagination, page list reference. I mean that's how it was explained on the Google or something. So and this is the syntax from the pagination of a bootstrap and a pagination of a dynamic pages. So from Google again. So I just follow the syntax. Okay? And then the next step is for you to be able to return the view. So once you pass that pagination syntax together with the page number rendered, once you click that page 1, page 2, page 3, something like that. So if you see here, you look at the link here, index, and then page is equal to 2. So meaning to say this is your separator, page for.
Can I show with mouse?
Okay, sorry. No, it will not. It will disappear.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you notice here, that separator page from your page list referencing, and then equal to 1 will be changed depending on the past page.
Okay. Then we will move. It will change for
Yeah,
number two.
it will also change to 3.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying here, it will just act as a separator between the indexed pages from your referencing and from the variable that you have here. Okay, Ken? So from here, we have to change the view now. The view now becomes books dot to page list. So you are changing the parameter of a view now, and it will tend to pass your page number. So the page numbering here, which will be page 1 of what? Something like that.
Okay.
Okay? But page number, basically, and your page size. How many items you want to display within the page? So 2, right? Okay? So once done, that's it on the controller action. So this line only 1, 2, 3, and of course the unique pages, because it's passed as a parameter once you point the page number, right? It's a unique it's a unique identification, and it's coming from your referencing or reference reference page list. Okay, that's why you have that library on top here. Okay, Ken. Now after that, you need to go to your view of the index. So you have the index here. You go to view. Okay, now in the view, this is where the coding lies because you have to change now. Instead of having an I enumerable, you have to change it.
But we created like I enumerable, right?
Yeah, it's still enumerating the process because the underlying backend here is a listing, right? Listing. So it was generated already from the backend that it is a list.
Is it possible to create like numerable from beginning, then we create?
Yeah, of course it's possible. It's just that I don't want to remember because there's a lot of tendency for me to have an error here if I write it. I have to remember the syntax that it is this bracket, not a open parenthesis. You know what I meant? Because it is an interface. Okay, so I have to change this one here. And then basically it becomes a page list that, of course, I page list, I mean to say an interface. And then you pass now your this model. I'm actually looking at the syntax here. I'm looking at the syntax and trying to explain it to you. Looking and explaining. Okay? And then the second thing is using basically page list .mvc. So I'm still calling the reference within the view page. You know what I meant?
Library.
Yep, it's the library. So basically all of that link there is needed. If not, then the page list will not work. And then the third important thing that you have to do here is the link. Sorry. You know this one? When do you use this?
Okay, maybe in anchor tag or
Yeah, this is a link tag, right? Normally, when do you use a link tag?
in some button. Then I want like when I want to link somewhere, right?
Yeah, when you want to link somewhere, that somewhere is a file actually. When you use a link, it's a CSS style sheet. You have to call the page list style sheet. So basically, from your controller, you have now the page list CSS here.
Where's it belong?
Before it doesn't have, but because we added now the page list referencing, right? When we installed the package, it added it. Earlier we don't have it
Okay. Oh yes.
because we installed the package, right? After that, you just drag it here. You don't have to type the link, then automatically you can get it. Okay? And then I just say type. I just add one more, a text slash CSS. Okay? Ken? So the three there, and then the one last portion here on the lower part after your index page. So you can have, again, I'm looking at the syntax here because I don't memorize. So model dot page count. Page count means say page one of, because you need to display that one in the view page. So page count less than model dot page number. Okay, again, okay, I type this one first, then after that you ask question. Page number of, sorry, of model dot page count. Okay, that's the first one. And then the second one, HTML dot page list pager model page. Then this is a new syntax actually. I seldom use this syntax. Okay, after that here, wait, I will explain in a little while. Okay, because there's a lot of things here. Page, and then page ID equals to viewBag dot filter PD. Doesn't come out. Okay. Anyway. If you look at closely, this line is a syntax for you to have that page one of what? Of depending on how many items you have. Because in the database, if you have 20 items divided by 2, that would be 10, right? So it will page 1 of 10. So this particular portion here is that model dot page count is less than model dot page number. Remember, this page number is coming from your controller, but of course, if you look at closely here, this variable is not satisfying that, right? Because this variable is different capital case and lowercase, right? Meaning to say, this is not, it refers to
Okay, it's different name.
different name. So meaning to say, this is not the one that it refers to. This one is referring to the model in itself.
Okay, it belongs to that packages
Yeah.
we download.
Yes, we download. And then after that, because we are referencing it here on top, it referencing that one. That reference at using that pagelet.mvc. So there is one field there that allows you to use a page number within the model. Meaning to say, it counts how many items inside the model and then assign that how many items inside the model divided by your page size.
Divided, is it no?
Divided by your page size. Model counts divided by your page size.
What is that semicolon?
Which one?
Page number, question mark, 0.
0 because there's no page yet.
Yes.
You haven't selected yet.
Yes.
So that's why it's empty by default. It places a 0 there.
Okay, after that semicolon.
After model.page number. Model.page number is how many pages after it was dividing it, depending on your page size. Because anyway, you use it here, right? Page number and then page size. Correct? And you pass it to your page list. Then this page list receive it from here. Receive it from here. From this class. From this iPageList, which is the interface class. So this interface class has a way to divide via your page size. We don't know how it was coded because we are just using the reference. Ken?
We're using that command, but okay, that's it is C sharp, right?
Yeah, it is C sharp.
Can we go to that line which started with at and
Sure.
yes. So this is all a command which belongs from that library with the
Yes.
right?
Yes. This page count, this page number is coming from the iPageList. Page count also. This function is coming there. It's not coming from my own coding.
But what will happen after that line run?
After this line run, then it will create this one.
One on the okay.
Yeah, this line only.
Okay.
Then the second line is the line that will create this.
Okay, that page can that off and all another coding. Okay.
Can?
Yes.
Get it? But again, as I've said, this is a syntax that they gave, so there's no way that you can have a pagination if you don't follow the syntax that is given by that reference. So that's why I don't memorize. If it's like logic, I will. But this one is coming from an existing.
Okay, actually, we don't need to remember.
Yeah, we don't have to
Just
remember.
copy paste it every
Yes.
time.
Yeah, because that is coming from the iPage list. I don't do it myself.
Okay,
You know what I meant?
okay, and this.
We are just using whatever the field name that they are giving us, and whatever the structure that they are telling us that this is supposed to be the way you have to do it.
Okay.
Ken, got it? So again, that will make basically a pagination. Even this one, viewback, that PEF filter, I don't define this. You know what I meant? It's coming from the reference, because we never use any viewback actually from that side.
Where in that stage we can choose a shape of our page icons or colors of that.
Uh,
Where did it what? It's default design, right?
yeah, it's a default design. So the look of it, you can add a class from here. I think new class, because it's just pass, right? And then you can have add class. No, I'm just testing this one, and then you can pass the design from the bootstrap. I have to see the syntax first, whether how it will be able to have that.
Let's try just any like.
No, because the syntax, it doesn't allow me to pass from the URL action.
But we can make every page like, for example,
Wait, huh?
like every page like button, right?
No,
Like
wait. Okay, because this one is passed. Also be like that. Class equals to. Let me see
bottom
first.
success button.
No. It's not like that. You have to use the pagination property from the bootstrap. You remember there is a pagination from bootstrap.
Oh,
Yeah. So I have to know the name. As I've said again, I don't memorize everything. So I have to go to bootstrap components. Components, and after that there is a pagination here. So I have to use the existing syntax that they gave here. Pagination here.
okay. This is what we have now.
Page class pagination only. There's no any other.
Yeah, but if it's class pagination doing well, can we print class like that? For example, success button, and we will have a lot of button language.
No. Okay, you have like that success, right?
No, yeah, like any button, like any.
Yeah, the syntax is something wrong. I mean to say, does the page list pager does not
Okay.
allow me to pass a class to customize the pagination.
Okay.
For this page reference page list, huh?
Okay.
There could be another library that allows me to customize the pagination property. Yeah, it can be, because you can see the pagination in every, right? You can have like a different color in other pagination. Because in a bootstrap we can design it ourselves, right? We can just call the class. There's something wrong with the syntax here. So the syntax does not accept a passing a class from there. But let's test it, then we'll find that how to do a customized pagination. Can. So let's run this one. So if there's error, there should be there, it will notify us anyway. But I don't think so, because I just copy.
Yeah,
It's just copying. So there's no way I will be wrong on the syntax, right? Unless I wrongly type it. Unless I wrongly type, or I wrongly look at it. Okay, so now we are trying to access. It's supposed to be. The thing is, I make the drop down list not existing. on the layout, right? So I'll just remove it from the layout first so that I can see that I can
But
access
we
it.
can go through index.
But I have to pass the category ID and then the page number.
Ah, IT, right? We don't have IT.
Yeah, we don't have it, right? So that's the thing. Ken? Okay, so I'll just change the layout first. Anyway, it's a view page, so you can just edit it. So if it's a view, you can edit the code. Get genre. So if I just release it from here. Okay, wait.
Yes.
Okay, so I release it from there. So I refresh my running. It should have been. This one will be moved. No, because before it, right? Okay, Daniel Steele. The pagination will.
No, but we need to go to books.
No, I'm in the index. Model. Display name for model at model dot book title. What?
But this is index belongs from book controller.
No, I'm just going to see the ID that has been passed. No, because I'm passing this category ID, right? So I'm analyzing now the display. So I'm passing this category ID. Category ID. You know what I meant? But the error was rendered under your index. And it was saying that the book title, this one, this line here, doesn't exist within the context of your page list. Why it doesn't exist within the context of my page list? So I have books here. Let me analyze first, huh? Yeah, that's why it's a red color. Can we pause for a while? Right.
Show that result.
So if you go to a different genre here, so the pagination basically will appear. But because there's only one page, right? But if you go to the main thing without basically a different genre, so since we limit it to two pages, right? Two items per page. So that's why when you move here, and within the database we only have four records in there, so the page list actually divided the number of items within your model. I don't have to code it. I just have to follow the syntax that they gave. Okay, so something like that. And of course you can customize if you want to have more pages, then you just change this one here. Can so if you want it, yeah, it's a controller, so if I change it, then I have to stop the running of the program. Okay, got it. Any question? I'm surprised I was able to trace that.
Before what?
Around 30 before the question